Hello everyone, welcome back to Morrowind. Today, we are going to go toe-to-toe with Dagoth Ur. But before that, there's something I noticed in between episodes, it's something I wanted to show before I got here, because otherwise it might confuse people. My agility and my speed looked a little low. Turns out, I was a bit of a derp, and I forgot about checking after fighting a bone walker. So if any of you have been screaming at me, Archangel, Archangel, fix your damn stats! I saw it, guys, don't worry. I am simply not able to respond instantaneously. Fortunately, I had to use one of my potions. It's somewhat annoying because a lot of the reason I've stocked up on all these potions is Dagoth Ur himself. Now, this door, you open it via something you may remember long ago. Find a dwarven grave. All the way back in Lorkhan was the last time we had to use one of these buggers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're in Dagoth Ur. So, before we begin, this is the last chance we'll truly have to go over those notes. Let's see what his plans are first, shall we? Interrogation of captured sleepers and other Sixth House cultists. From study of manuscripts written by cultists and victims of dream-induced mania. From interviews with Lord Vivek concerning historical campaigns against Red Mountain. From broad conjectures and inferences braced upon these materials. This is our best estimate of Dagoth Ur's motivations and objective in this most recent phase of his war upon Morrowind. Basic objectives. 1. Establish a theocracy Morrowind, based on the worship of the newborn god Lorkhan, second Numidia, to be created by Dagoth Ur from the Heart of Lorkhan in a body constructed according to the principles and rituals pioneered by the Dwemer Kagrenak. Establish the ancient heirs of House Dagoth as the god priest of Lorkhan, and the sixth house of Dagoth Ur is the dominant political power of Morrowind. In charismatic conversion, unite the Dunmer under the guidance of Dagoth Ur to battle against the foreign animals who hold Morrowind in subjection. Note, Dagoth Ur has apparently adopted the views and motivations of the Dwemer High Craft Lord Kagrenak. In effect, he recapitulates the ancient, blasphemous folly of the Dwemer. 2. Expose the false worship of the Tribunal and destroy the ecclesiastical authority and political power of the Temple. How much the dissident priests of the cult of Morrowind may be controlled or influenced by the Sixth House in this regard is open to speculation. It is an amusing thought. I'm not sure if this next bit is a typo or not, honestly. Extirpate. That may mean kick out, but it may be murder. All remaining individuals with inferior and Mongol races from Morrowind. I wonder what that sounds like. Inferior and Mongol races, get rid of them all. Dunmer Master Race, whatever could this sound like? Whatever could this sound like to you guys? Drive the Empire from Morrowind. Recover ancient territories stolen by Skyrim and Argonia. Extend the worship of Lorkhan to all nations of Tamriel through subversion and conquest. Plans to establish and expand the Sixth House. Phase 1. Secure Red Mountain against Tribunal intruders. Provide Tribunal access to the Heart. Weakening the Temple while securing Red Mountain for the creation of Lorkhan. Keep the construction of Second Numidium a secret. Phase 2. Create passive servants in ever-widening circles around Red Mountain by broadcasting compulsions couched in dream imagery to susceptible subjects in their sleep. Establish a major operational base at Kogarun for further operations in the Ashways. That is a nice detail that Kogarun is there explicitly so he can get out under the ghost fence. That's cool. Establish smaller bases near small port villages in lower caste waterfront districts in Vivek. Infiltrate and subvert smuggling syndicates. How many? So, remember all those places where I found ass statues lying around? Remember how it was explicitly mentioned by one of the people we interviewed for Caius Crusades that the smugglers were acting funny? It was all a plan! Recruit willing followers from disaffected populations, including the underworld, the poor, and rabid anti-imperial activists. Phase 3. Expand from smaller bases to other towns and villages, and recruit and indoctrinate subjects made susceptible by dream sendings. Occupy abandoned towers and ruins, and train corrupted cultists as raiders and irregular troops. Identify, discredit, and decimate possible sources of political resistance. Phase 4. Use assassination and terror to weaken, distract, and disrupt the legions and the imperial bureaucracy. That's kind of important. Bureaucrats, for all that they get shit on, are kind of useful. A lot of their Halal sympathizers. Inspire popular uprising of the native poor against the foreign rich and powerful. Summon sleepers and dreamers to Dagoth Ur to work on Second Numidia. Inferring Dagoth Ur's perspective. Dagoth Ur thinks on a large time scale, for the most part, on the outside of time scale of the divine consciousness. He thinks that only obstacles of mythic scale are worth considering. He believes he is fated to rule Morrowind, to free Morrowind of the Empire, and become the new, hard-loving father of Morrowind. Given that perspective, the only opposing forces Dagoth Ur worries about are the Tribunal, the Daedra, the Emperor, and the Incarnate. Yeah. Isn't wrong. The Emperor's got some scary-ass gimmicks up his ass, believe me. Simply because of his position. We'll be seeing that in quite a bit of detail in Oblivion. But yes, the Emperor ran up there 3 living gods, a lot of living gods, and me. Yes, I rank up there with the Daedra. Loss of Sunder and Keening, with the diminishing of resources of Vivek, Amalexians with the Sill. Dagoth Ur believes he has permanently gained a decisive strategic advantage. On a mortal time scale, the battle may last for centuries, but the outcome is not in doubt, and a Lorkhan may be devised for dramatically reducing the time scale for decisive victory. Yeah, when one side can restore their power and the other can't, dynamic invincibility of the Emperor and the Empire has long been unquantifiable and intimidating threat. Gee, I wonder why that happened. It's not like Talos/Tiber Septim, when he was alive, kind of kicked absolutely everyone's asses up between their ears with relative ease. The recent rumors of unrest in Cyrodiil, of the Emperor's failing health, and the unsettled question of the succession have diminished the scale of that threat. Nonetheless, the revelation that the Nerevarine is a pawn of Imperial intelligence. Oh no, I am not a pawn. I do my own shit, they just got me here. Pretty much everything else is my own idea. Handpicked and sent to Morrowind by the Emperor himself may cause Dagoth Ur considerable anxiety. Man, I wonder what it'd be like if they actually had a route where you legitimately were guided here by the Imperials. Like, it wasn't just the gods doing these things. You'd go, no, I just want to stop listening to the Emperor and shit. The Daedra represented no coherent obstacle to Dagoth Ur. Nonetheless, their personal abilities and their influence upon their fanatic followers is considerable. Their motives and actions obscure, and Dagoth Ur remains concerned about them. Yeah, the Daedra, for his point of view, are basically madmen randomly throwing around nuclear bombs. Sure, they can throw them stupidly far, so 99.999% of the time they're not going to land anywhere near you. But if that one thing, if they decided to fuck with him, he would not come out too well. than Saint Nerevar, a mythic force that has previously defeated Dagoth Ur. Dagoth Ur is obsessed with this threat. At the same time, Dagoth Ur knew Nerevar personally, knew that he was a mortal man with faults and weaknesses. Yes, I have a weakness for grabbing everything that looks vaguely shiny in my reach. I'll admit to that. Dagoth Ur may have some hope of seducing, sorry, I don't swing that way, or negotiating with Nerevar's reincarnation. Further, when Nerevar and the Tribunal defeated Dagoth Ur, they were strong and allied. Now the Nerevarine and the Tribunal are weak, opposed and divided. Therefore, the Nerevarine and the Tribunal represent the most serious threat to Dagoth Ur's plans. He still has good reason to believe that this time he will prevail. I'd say he's not gonna, both by narrative and by the fact that I am me. Here is the timescale of Dagoth Ur's activities. Much of the following timescale is based on inference from incomplete information. Can't imagine why it'd be hard to find out about the sneaky hidden house. Second Era 882. This is possibly in the realms of Arena, and definitely before Daggerfall. Because that's Second Era. Dagoth Ur and his kin lie dreaming beneath the sills of Red Mountain. I'm not sure what a sill is, actually. I think that's a geological term. If anyone knows about that, please do tell me. Second Era 882. Dagoth Ur and his ass vampires awake, refreshed and emerge from lower Red Mountain into the Heart Chamber. Dagoth Ur ritually blinds himself and his brethren as heart whites, a ritual of his own devising. So that's why they're called heart whites. They're bound to the heart. Makes sense. First stages of construction of Second Numidium, conceived of during the Long Sleep, are begun by heart whites and astronaut constructs in a chamber near the Heart of Lorkhan. Keeping the Second Numidium project a secret from the Tribunal is high priority. Second Era 882. At the same time, is that a typo? The Tribunal will arrive at Red Mountain for their annual ritual bathing in the Heart's power. Dagoth Ur and Ash Vampires ambush the Tribunal. The Tribunes are driven away, prevented from restoring themselves with Kagranak's tools at the Heart of Lorkhan. Intermittent Second Era 882 to Third Era 417. We are in the Third Era. This is the third game. Intermittent Tribunal campaigns assault Red Mountain. Can't imagine why. The Tribunal and supporting forces seek to force access to the Heart Chamber, but are repeatedly driven back. Dagoth Ur recruits sleepers and dreamers through dream sendings. Cultists are recruited for dream compulsion. Weaker cultists become corpus beasts. Stronger cultists advance through stages towards the powers of the ascendant sleepers. 3E400. Kularun reoccupied by Dagoth Ur and fortified as an advanced base for Sixth House operations. Light storms more frequent and widespread. Soul sickness spreads. Regions close to Red Mountain. Soul sickness. 3E410. Sixth House base is founded near Narmok and waterfront areas of Vivek. Sixth House operatives exploit smuggler organizations and communications to spread their influence among victims unbalanced by Dagoth Ur's dream sendings. 3E415. Small cells of Sixth House cultists in every town in Vardenfell. Larger Sixth House operations are concealed in remote dungeons where creatures are bred and cultists are trained for the coming struggle. This is why there are random Sixth House dungeons that aren't the major ones. They're like minor infiltrating cells. They're not really the important ones, but they're there. Third Era 417. aka when shit goes down. Amalexi and Sothasil lose the artifacts Keenan and Sunder to Dagoth, Odros, and Vemon. Vivek rescues Amalexi and Sothasil, but failing to recover Keenan and Sunder, the Tribunal retreat from Red Mountain in disorder. Surviving boy and armature companions know the Tribunal was forced to retreat. but do not know how serious a reversal the tribunal has suffered. The 3 tribunes return to their respective capitals and continue to perform their ritual functions. The tribunes continue to grow weaker without access to the heart, because of resources required to support the ghost defense. The inner circle of the temple priesthood has begun to suspect the tribunes have suffered seriously from wounds and demoralization in the wake of the reverses at Red Mountain. They do not recognize the scale of the problem. Third Era, 426-427. Campaign of 6th House assassinations of prominent Imperial citizens and Palau Imperial sympathizers. Said an increase in number and seriousness of attacks by cultists and victims deranged by soul sickness. Noted with concern. 1. Dagoth Ur can apparently perceive and communicate directly through his cultists. Sleepers and dreamers are often reported speaking as though with Dagoth Ur's voice and intention. Little is known about the feature, scale, or stage of completion of Lorkhan, second Numidium. No one has gained entrance to the Heart Chamber since 2E282. 3E417, Demon and Sunder were captured, and may substantially aid in Lorkhan's construction. On one hand, it's a dinky little knife and a hammer. On the other hand, it's a really powerful, very magic, dinky little knife and hammer. On the third hand, they lack Wraithguard. So there's his plans. Next up, I believe was this. Was this it? Yes, this was it. Kagranak's tools, everyone. Wraithguard, Keenan, and Sunder. Beneath Red Mountain, hammer miners discovered a great magical stone. By diverse methods, Lord Kagranak, High Priest and Magecrafter of the Ancient Dwemer, determined that this magical stone was the heart of the god Lorkhan, cast here in the Dawn Era as punishment for his mischief in creating the mortal world. Yeah, he's dead. Didn't stick very well, because he's still kind of, had a heart beating and stuff, but gods, they're still dead. Determined to use its divine powers to create a new god for the exclusive benefit of the Dwemer. Kagranak's forged these 3 great enchanted artifacts, which are called Kagranak's tools. Wraithguard is an enchanted gauntlet to protect its wearer from destruction when tapping the heart's power. Makes sense when you're messing with someone's heart, use protection. And yes, you can take it any way you want. Sunder is an enchanted hammer to strike the heart and produce the exact volume and quality of power desired. Keenan is an enchanted blade that used to flay and focus the power that rises from the heart. Kagranak used these tools on the heart in the Battle of Red Mountain. No one knows what happened. Well, maybe he does. But the Dwemer race disappeared entirely from the mortal world. Lord Nerevar and Lord Dagoth retrieved these tools and didn't know what to do with them. Nerevar asked Dagoth to guard the tools while he went to consult with his counselors. And this is where shit went crazy! Vivek, Alexia, and Sothsil. He left and spoke with his 3 counselors, but they decided to return together to Red Mountain to decide what to do. But while Nerevar was gone, Dagoth was tempted and confused by the powers of the tools. When Nerevar and the counselors arrived, he refused to give up the tools, claiming he had sworn to Nerevar to protect them. Then Dagoth fought with Nerevar and the counselors, and was mortally wounded and driven off. The tools were recovered. Yeah, they're kind of corruptive, but it's arguable if this was the tools corrupting, the heart corrupting, both, or if Dagoth just went completely nuts for some other reason, the tools were just associated and people were wrong. Thankfully, this also seems to be a lot shorter than the previous one. Then Nerevar and his counselors decided to take the tools for safekeeping. They all swore a great oath never to use the tools, but after Nerevar's death, Vivek, Alexia, and Sothsil yielded to temptation. They took these tools themselves and went to Lorkhan's heart, buried beneath Red Mountain, and gave themselves divine powers. Cheeky, cheeky! My previous incarnation would have been really pissed at you. This is also the reason why some people consider it perfectly valid roleplaying to murder Vivek for breaking a great and powerful oath. Fortunately, his only good loot is the fact that he is one of those super souls that can only be held by the Shrine of Azura, and that special version of Wraithguard that can be turned into a left-handed version instead of a right-handed version. In theory, you can dual wield Wraithguards for some very, very powerful heavy armor gauntlets. However, I would not recommend this. But Dagoth had not died. We don't know what happened. This is what we believe. His experiments with Kagranak's tools had joined him to the heart's divine nature in some way, so that he learned to draw power directly from the heart. Shot through the heart. Dreams, a bad name. We conjecture that Dagoth Ur, driven by anger and greed, used the heart without caution or strength. And as a result, he has become terribly powerful and terribly mad. The tribunal showed great care and restraint in their use of the tools, so they were not driven mad. They did many good things. Nonetheless, the tribunal too appear to have been corrupted by the heart's power, though more subtly. Well, yes, they're not creating armies of horrible mutated divine cancer monsters to destroy everyone who's in an inferior race. Hello, magically powered Nazis. Kagranak's tools are cursed. Stealing power from the heart of a god is a terrible folly, fated to disaster. The tribunal is losing its battle to control the power of the heart. They are sustained by the same tainted power that drives Dagoth Ur mad. They grow weak and cannot protect us from Dagoth Ur. But even if they could, would we be wise to worship gods such as these? This is a really interesting question. Is it a good idea to worship them? Does the power truly corrupt? Like, is it Dagoth Ur driven mad? Is the madness Dagoth Ur? Is it the tools? Is it the heart? It's a really interesting question, and there's no real answer to this. They conceal the truth from us out of shame. They persecute the Nerevarine and the dissident priests out of shame. They should be welcoming them and enlisting their aid against Dagoth Ur. The tribunal have been much good from Morrowind to the Dunmer. This is completely true. They've kicked the shit out of a lot of subnames of Daedric princes. And a lot of other bad shit that was going on. Like it or not, they did do a lot of good with their tools. What bad they did... We'll be getting to that later. But they succumbed to the temptation of Kagranak's tools. Though these tools once may have seen the instruments of salvation, now they must be seen as instruments of doom. Yeah, the doom of Dagoth fucking Ur. The last two things, Nerevar at Red Mountain, and plan to defeat Dagoth Ur. Let's get to it, people. Nerevar at Red Mountain. Restane, present-day Morrowind, is a contested ground between two very different types of Morrowind. The Chimer, who worship Daedra, and the Dwemer, who worship a profane, secret power. The Dwemer didn't do worship. The Dwemer did not do worship. They were not fans of the gods. These two people warred with each other constantly until their lands were invaded by a young, vibrant, and violent alien culture. The Nords. And this is where Tiber Septim comes in! Or rather, he is not mentioned here, because they kind of don't want to mention that that the proud Dwemer and the Chimer got their asses kicked up between their ears and barely managed to hold on against basically a bunch of barbarians with really loud voices. You're like if a bunch of Stone Age men came out of nowhere, attacked the US military, and managed to tie. It's kind of humiliating, so it just doesn't get noticed in history generally, which amuses me. Two heroes, one from the Chimer, and one from the Dwemer, Doral Nerevar, Dumak Dwarf Orc. Hey, one of those is me, or was me. Incarnations are complicated. Made peace between their people, and together ousted the alien invaders. Unfortunately, none of them had plasma weapons, nor was the unit called XCOM. A pity. Then these two heroes worked long and hard to maintain that peace thereafter, though their counselors thought it could not last. Or, worse, that it shouldn't. Nerevar's queen and his generals, Almalexia, Sil, Vivek. And yeah, Almalexia was my waifu back in the day. My waifu is now a goddess! Hey! Told him to claim all Resdain for his own. But Nerevar would not listen, for he remembered his friendship with Dumak. There would be only peace. Till Dagoth Ur arrived. House Dagoth had discovered the source of the profane and secret power of the Dwemer, the legendary Heart of Lorkhan, which Dumak's people had used to make themselves immortal beyond the measure of the gods. In fact, one of their high priests, God damn it, typos! One of their high priests, Kagernak, was building a new god so that the Dwemer could claim Resdain as their own. For their own. As you can see, this is inconsistent testimony with the other papers. So you're probably wondering, Archangel, what the hell is going on? Which one of these is right? The answer? They're both right! Because Elder Scrolls lore is generally word of mouth and the like, so it's very hard to tell what is truly right. As voice after voice is passed down for generation after generation, translation after translation. Be close. Who knows, rather. The tribunal urged Nerevar again to make war on the dwarves. Nerevar was troubled. He went to Dumak, his friend of old, and asked if what Dagoth Ur said was true. And yeah, Dagoth Ur did in fact discover the original Numidium. And the Heart of Lorkhan went, holy shit, this is bad stuff, man! Bad stuff! Go stab the Dwemer in the face, quick, before they build a freaking god! That's not good for the universe, it's a god! Come on, man! And Dumak is a chill dude. He was legitimately friends with Nerevar from everything I know. Unfortunately, Kagernak and his high priests of the Dwemer had kept their new god secret from their king. Cheeky little dick waffles you are. Dumak said the Dwemer were innocent of any wrongdoing. Nerevar was troubled again and made pilgrimage to Holamayan, the sacred temple of Azura, which is also where the dissident priests are hiding. Tiebacks! Who confirmed that all Dagoth Ur said was indeed true. That the new god of the Dwemer should be destroyed for the safety of not only Resdain, but for the whole world. As it turns out, making gods is big news. You wouldn't think it, would ya? When Nerevar went back and told his tribunal what the goddess had said, his queen and generals felt themselves proved aright, and again counseled him to war. There were reasons that the Dwemer and Chimer had hated each other forever. And this bit is just sad and depressing. Finally, Nerevar, angered that his friend Dumak would lie to him, went back to Vardenfell. This time, the Chimer King was arrayed in arms and armor, and had his hosts around him, and he spoke harshly to Dumak Dwarfor, King of Red Mountain. You must give up your worship of the Heart of Lorkhan, or I shall forget our friendship and the deeds that were accomplished in its name. And Dumak, who still knew nothing of Kagernak's new god, but proud and protective as ever of his people, said, We shall not relinquish that which has been our way for years beyond reckoning. This is the Chimer will not relinquish their tides to the lords and ladies of oblivion. And to come to at my doors in this way, arrayed in arms and armor with your hosts around you, telling me you have already forgotten our friendship. Stand down, my sweet Nerevar, or I swear by the 15-1 golden tones I shall kill you and all your people. So the Chimer and Dwemer went to war. If only Dumac had listened, this entire setting would be so different. Dumac, if only you had listened. But he did not, and thus we have what we have to deal with today. The Dwemer were well defended by their fortress at Red Mountain, but the bravery and cleverness of Nerevar's queen, the generals, drew most of Dumac's armies out to the field and kept them there, so that Nerevar and Dagoth Ur could make their way into the Heart Chamber by secret means. There, Nerevar met Dumac, and the Dwarf King and they both fell from grievous wounds. Mutual kill! Sad. Dagoth Ur slew Kagranak and took the tools the Dwemer used to tap the power of the heart. He went to his dying lord Nerevar and asked him what to do with these tools. Nerevar summoned Azura again. She showed them how to use the tools to separate the power of the heart from the Dwemer people. And on the field, the tribunal and their armies watched as the Dwemer turned to dust all around them, as their stolen immortality was taken away. This is a possible fate of the Dwemer. It is not the fate of the Dwemer. Again, keep in mind, these are not like out-of-universe scrolls. They are legitimately in-universe things. They are a tale that is supposed to have been passed down from the Ashlands for a long time, and it may have just been propaganda in the first place. Okay? Back in Red Mountain, Nerevar told Dagoth Ur to protect the tools in the Heart Chamber until he returned. Dagoth Ur said, "Shouldn't we destroy these tools at once so that they might never be used for evil again?" Dagoth Ur, before he went completely bug-nuts insane trying to kill everyone, was a pretty sensible dude, as it turns out. Hey, these kind of powerful artifacts, should we really be keeping them around? They're kind of bullshit and scary. It's a completely reasonable position to have. But Nerevar was confused by his wounds and his sorrow, for he still loved Dumac and the Dwemer people. I understand the idea of friendships not breaking just because they should have been broken. The human mind and heart are strange and fickle things. And so went to the fields outside of Red Mountain to confer with his queen and his generals, who had foreseen that this war would come, whose counsel he would not ignore again. I will ask the tribunal what we shall do with them, for they have had wisdom in the past that I had not. Stay here, loyal Dagoth Ur, until I return. Then Nerevar told his queen and generals all that had transpired under Red Mountain, how the Dwemer had used special tools to turn their people into immortals, and of the wondrous power of the Heart of Lorkhan. The tribunal decided that the Chimer should learn how to use this power, so that Nerevar might claim Resdain and the world for their people. Complete global saturation. Nerevar did not expect or want this. Hey, guys, there's other people in the world, you know. Fuck that! We're gods! So he asked his queen and generals to help him summon Azura yet again for her guidance. But the tribunal had become as greedy as Kagranak upon hearing of the power of the heart. They coveted it. They made ritual as if to summon Azura as Nerevar wanted. He can do it while damn near mortally wounded, man. Why does he need a special ritual now? Is it because of the proximity of the heart, or did Dagoth Ur help with the ritual so much that he's worth the entire flipping tribunal and the specialized ritual just by being there? They made ritual as if to summon Azura, but as Nerevar wanted. But Almalexia used poisoned candles, and so Thesilla used poisoned robes. Vivek used poisoned identifications. I'm not sure how metaphorical poisoned words are here. Nerevar was murdered. Then Azura came forth anyway. What did you just do to my chosen, you little shits? And cursed the tribunal for their foul deeds. She told them that she would use her powers over dusk and dawn to make sure Nerevar would come back and make things right again. But the tribunal laughed at her and said that soon they would be gods themselves, and that the Chimer people would forget their old ways of worship. And Azura knew this would be true, and that it would take a long time before her power might bring Nerevar back. Well, I'm here now, so suck it! What you have done here today is foul beyond measure. You will grow to regret it. For the lives of gods are not what mortals think. Matters that weigh only years to mortals weigh on gods forever. So that they might know forever their wicked deeds, Azura chained the Chimer into Dunmer. Their skin returned ashes, and their eyes into fire. Let this mark remind of your true selves, who, like ghouls, fed on the nobility, heroism, and trust of their king. I'm kind of not okay with that. Like, don't get me wrong. The tribunal, in this telling at least, were dicks. In this telling. But why punish the entire race? Come on, Azura, that's just a dick move. And then the tribunal went into Red Mountain and met with Dagoth Ur. Dagoth Ur saw what had been done, for his skin had changed as well, despite the fact that he had absolutely no guilt in any of this right now in this telling. Azura? He tried to avenge the death of Nerevar, but to no avail. He was driven off and thought dead. The tribunal found the tools he had been guarding, and, through study of Kagranek's methods, turned themselves into gods. Thousands of years after their apotheosis, the tribunal are still the gods of Morrowind. The old ways of worship are remembered by only a few. The murder of Nerevar is known to fewer, but his queen and generals still fear his return. For the words of Azura linger long. They see the mark of her curse on their own people every day. In that telling, the tribunal are cunts and you should murder them. In that telling, if you want to take that telling as true, false, do what you wish. And the final reading before we get back to the game. The plan to defeat Dagoth Ur. Let's see how long this is. Very. Okay. For the past 20 years, the tribunal have tried unsuccessfully to execute this plan. You know, that's a really reassuring thing to lead off with. Yeah, we've been trying for 2 decades straight. We've failed completely. This is our plan. You know, guys, you'd think that might change a bit. Then again, it does mention earlier that the divine think the time scale is a lot longer than mortals, and that does make sense. Of course, there's that whole reliability of sources thing, but that is something that makes sense, that gods and mortals would not really have the same time scales. So maybe that seems like, we failed this one time. Let's keep going. It can't fail. That was because circumstances XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Or however they reasoned it out. However, we failed because we were required to stage an assault and simultaneously made the Ghost Fence to prevent the threatened large-scale breakout of Dagoth Ur's blighted hosts. So basically, they had to commit troops not only to attacking, but to defending their own lands, otherwise it would be a very Pyrrhic victory indeed. Makes sense. With the Nerevarine leading the assault. What do you mean leading the assault? I'm the only one bloody doing anything these days! The Point Harbors are sitting inside Ghost Gate looking pretty. And really, really pretty, because Glass Armor looks bling as hell, but come on, guys. Again, I suppose they didn't have the engine cutscenes for, like, a bunch of ash monsters showing up and the Point Harbors showing up and saying, Ash monsters, fuck you! Glass! Snap, 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 snap! The tribunal frees to devote their full energies to maintain the Ghost Fence. This plan has a greater chance of success. Unfortunately, however, the loss of the artifacts Thunder and Keating, the recent increase in Dagoth Ur's strength, wait, what? Poses new problems for the execution of the plan. Therefore, our proposed plan is the following 5 phases. A series of aggressive raids to scout inside the Ghost Fence. makes sense. Know the territory. And I've done that pretty much. A series of aggressive raids to neutralize Dagoth Ur's Ash Vampire Kid and recover artifacts from the bodies of his kin. Well, I recover the artifacts, but I kind of keeping them in a room because they're not really useful to me. Yeah. The Assault of Gate Citadel of Viminyal to neutralize Dagoth Vimin and recover the artifact Hammer Sunder. Yep, done that. The Assault of Gate Citadel Odrosal to neutralize Dagoth Odros and recover the artifact Blade Keening. Yep, done that. The Assault of Citadel Dagoth with the artifacts Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening to sever Dagoth Ur's connection to the Heart of Lorkhan, thus to destroy Dagoth Ur. That'll happen this episode. I promise. No matter how long this video gets, I will finish the main game. I so swear it. I will have to pass out my damn computer if I don't finish this episode. Phase 1. Raid inside the Ghost Fence. The Tribunal Ordinators and Buoyant Armatures are familiar with the terrain and will provide maps and current intelligence reports. The region inside the Ghost Fence is dangerous. If you go in there at the proper level and aren't over-leveled to hell and back like I am from all my exploring and running around. And the fact that I've actually had a consistent build. The first time I went through this game, I kind of went for a little bit of everything, and I got a lot bit of slaughter. The Nerve Ring will need to be familiar with its particular challenges. After measuring skills and resources against Dagoth Ur's defenses, the Nerve Ring will know better how to pace a campaign. Alternating raids with improving skills, getting better equipment, and stockpiling resources. Or I could just be so blatantly overkitted when I go in that I just blitz through everything. Phase 2. Raids upon Ash Vampire Citadels. Dagoth Ur's kin have become markedly more powerful in recent decades, after remaining stable for thousands of years. Well shit, that ain't good! That ain't good at all! If they can be individually isolated and destroyed, they will not be able to support Dagoth Ur in later stages of the war. Makes sense, divide and conquer. It may also be that the dramatic increase in their power comes from items enchanted by Dagoth Ur. Salvage of such items might contribute to our resources. Oh yeah, all those things. I have them shoved in a box. Wait, what? Yeah, I shoved them in a box, and not really useful. Phase 3. Assault on Gate Citadel of Viminyal. Essential to recover the artifact Hammer Sunder for Phase 5. The Ash Vampire Dagoth Vimin has possession of Sunder. It only seeks to discover the secrets of its enchantments. They also have access to notebooks and journals of Kagrenak. They survive in the Dwemer workshops of Viminyal. Yes, I looted them and put them in my room. Look, dude, what are you keeping in that room? Probably several million gold worth of random artifacts. What is wrong with you? Probably several things. Phase 4. Assault on Gate Citadel Odrosal. Essential to recover the artifact Blade Keening. Phase 5. The Ash Vampire Dagoth Odros has possession of Keening. Probably seeks to discover the secrets of its enchantments. He may also have access to notebooks and journals of Kagrenak that have survived in the Dwemer workshops of Odrosal. Phase 5. Assault on Citadel Dagoth. All the previous stages are preparations for this stage. Yeah, it's kind of a hard nut to crack. Recent expeditions show that Citadel Dagoth has undergone extensive expansion. The location will need to be explored carefully. The known route to the Heart Chamber will be well defended. Alternative routes may exist. Dagoth Ur will have anticipated our plan to destroy him by attacking the Heart. You'll all certainly personally oppose approach to the Heart Chamber. Together, the Tribunal could not defeat him, and he has grown stronger since then. Admittedly, the Tribunal had distractions of maintaining the Ghost Fence simultaneous with fighting Dagoth Ur, but even so, the challenge seems daunting. Yeah, the adoption of this phase campaign seems to offer the best chances for success. In retrospect, the Tribunal's decision to directly assault Citadel Dagoth rather than proceed step by step to lesser objectives must be seen to have been a serious error. The Tribunal did not feel it had the option of a slow-paced and deliberate campaign, given that they had many other competing priorities, not the least of which was the maintenance of the Ghost Fence, the outer defenses surrounding Red Mountain. The Nera of Varine, on the other hand, should be best served with a careful, step-by-step advance, with the additional advantage of building confidence along the way, while successes would undermine Dagoth Ur's own assurance to his defenses. Employing Kagranak's tools against Dagoth Ur. Also known as how to hit a heart with a hammer and knife until it explodes. The source of Dagoth Ur's supernatural power is the Heart of Lorkhan. The heart is also the source of the Tribunal's divine powers. During mythic times, the gods took and hid Lorkhan's heart beneath Red Mountain as a punishment for creating the mortal plane. The Dwemer discovered the heart while building underground colonies. Minecraft Lord Kagranak created enchanted tools to tap the power of the heart. The War of the First Council was fought to prevent this sacrilege. Kagranak's use of these tools and the disappearance of the Dwemer race marked the end of this war. Kagranak's tools were recovered by Lord Nerevar and Dagoth Ur. Dagoth Ur was left to guard the tools when Nerevar came to consult with us, his advisors. In Nerevar's absence, Dagoth Ur experimented with the tools upon the heart and was corrupted. We returned to discover a deranged Dagoth Ur who refused to turn over the tools. He attacked us, we drove him away. We left Red Mountain with the tools, and subsequently sowed the Silk discovered their secrets because he's a giant nerd and literally lives in a city of gears. Collectively, we use the tools to establish a connection with the heart, enabling ourselves to transform our mortal natures. Thus, we became the Tribunal. Dagoth Ur had survived our attacks. Without the tools, no matter not well understood, Dagoth Ur also managed to establish a connection with the heart and transform himself into an immortal being. Our plan to destroy Dagoth Ur also runs the risk of destroying the Tribunal. The plan is to permanently disrupt Kagranak's enchantments upon the heart, severing connections with Dagoth Ur and ourselves, and rendering us all once again mortal. Immortal Kagranak? What does the Kagranak have to do with anything here? He's been dead or gone for fucking ever. I mean, Dagoth Ur. Typos. Obvious typos. Angry grumps. Angry grumps. May then be destroyed by mundane means. R.E. stabbing him until he dies. The loss of godhood and the possible deaths of the Tribunal are judged a necessary risk and sacrifice. The normal procedure for establishing connection with the heart is a three-step process. The wearer of Wraithguard strikes the heart with the hammer sunder, causing the heart to produce a pure tone. Then the wearer of Wraithguard strikes the heart with the blade keening, shattering the pure tone to a prism of tone shades. These tone shades are then imprinted upon the substance of the wearer of Wraithguard, giving him an immortal and divine nature. The Nera of Ring will not be taught the secret rituals required to perform the third step. You know, I wouldn't mind being a god if you could teach me, but they don't. That'd be kind of cool though, but you don't get to. Instead, the Nera of Ring will strike the heart with keening for a second time, causing its tones to divulge into unstable patterns of interference. Further repeated strikes of the keening will further disrupt the tones, with the ultimate result of shattering and dispelling Kagranak's original enchantments binding the heart, thereby severing the heart's links with Dagoth Ur and with any surviving heart whites. Surviving, around me, no. And with the Tribunal. Destroying Kagranak's enchantments on the heart will also stop the corrupt diffusion of the heart's divine power, and end the blight on Morrowind. The Nera of Varine may be tempted to steal the power of the heart. Aw, you know me so well, game. You know me so well that I'd loot such a shiny so happily. Dagoth Ur and Sothasil alone know the secret. Dagoth Ur may, in extremity, propose to teach the Nerevarine to use Kagranak's tools and become a god. We doubt that the Nerevarine is fool enough to trust Dagoth Ur, and are content to take this risk. There was, in fact, a route where you could, as I have said, support the 6th house. This is where they go, you fool! And I go, nope, I'm a god now! Stab-a-diddy, stab, stab, stab-a-diddy, stab, stab, look at the stab-a-diddy go! Stab-a-diddy, stab, stab, stab-a-diddy, stab, stab, over the hills in snow! Be warned, the Nerevarine cannot safely equip either Keating or Sunder unless wearing Wraithguard. The Nerevarine will be injured every moment while holding either of these artifacts unless protected by Wraithguard. Persistence will be rewarded with death. This is true. Nerevarine, if the Nerevarine, not if Nerevarine, bad game, bad grammar, can equip an item while not wearing Wraithguard, receive no injury. The item is a counterfeit. One last note. Dagoth Ur must not get hold of Wraithguard. The Nerevarine... Someone dropped an R there! Let's prepare to use a recall or ultimate intervention. Or a divine intervention, guys! There are more runaway spells than that. There's any risk of death or capture. There's always going to be a risk of death. I'm fighting here! Surprise! Dagoth Ur will not expect you to destroy Kagranak's enchantments on the heart. He does not know it is possible, he will not do it himself, and he knows we have never tried it. He will not believe anyone would want to sacrifice the promise of such power. I mean, if I had the option, I might give it a shot just to show you guys what it did, but I don't. So screw you! Further, advancement in House Dagoth, as in all great houses, by challenging confrontation within the hierarchy. Dead men's pointy shoes. The Neravarine's challenges and defeats of his ash vampires and battles with the 6th house will be viewed in that light. Oh, he wants to be part of us! That's cute! Dagoth Ur and his kid may assume the Neravarine's ambition is to control the heart. Given that assumption, it is only reasonable that the Nerevarine would try to defeat each of Dagoth Ur's subordinates in turn, working up to Dagoth Ur. If the Nerevarine can defeat Dagoth Ur and control the heart, so much the better. Logically, the Nerevarine would wish to rise as high in the hierarchy as possible before cutting a deal with head of the house, with the head of the house. Dagoth Ur should try to recruit the Nerevarine to House Dagoth. It may be possible to pretend to join him, then betray him. However, any attempt to deceive him will be very risky. House Dagoth has a tradition of subterfuge and treachery. Because he is a deceiver, he'll expect deception. Closing remarks. We place no compulsion upon the Nerevarine to adhere to the plans described here. We believe that they offer the best chance of destroying Dagoth Ur. We have also chosen to place our trust in the Neravarine's judgment and skill. Frankly, we see no alternative. If there are doubts or questions, speak with Vivek. He has agreed to serve as the Neravarine's guide and counselor for this campaign. Maybe that if the Nerevarine succeeds, the tribunal will not survive. Such sentiments as might have been expressed at the tribunal should, in that case, be addressed to the landing people of Morrowind. May the happy convergence of fortune and prayer meet in our destiny. On behalf of Lady Omalexia, Lord Sothasil, Vivek. Well, that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Last preparation needed.
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the Heart and of Lorkhan. And bring Wraithguard. I have need of it.
That's Dagoth Ur. I like his voice. It's a very nice voice. Now, can I rest? Now, you can't rest here. Enemies are nearby. If I go to the entrance, can I rest? Damn it. I don't think you can rest at all in this dungeon, which is kind of bad for mages. I mostly just wanted to restore my magicka just in case. No traps.
Come to the Heart Chamber. I wait for you there, where we last met countless ages ago.
There's a Daedra heart right here, and also some raw ebony. I'm taking the heart, but not the ebony, because one is much heavier than the other. And here's an ash zombie too dumb to use his club. And a dead adventurer with several bits of glamour armor, some gold, and some lockpicking equipment. Through here is just a normal door. Here's an activation. I will not waste the time I could spend purely combating my opponents with my spear to, you know, play around. Come on, is it really that? Yeah, I think there is nowhere in this dungeon you can rest, which is annoying. Okay, then. Yep. Stairs downwards, but let's look over here. Hello, Dagoth thingy. This is Dagoth Trace. Idris. Ainas. Oh well, I got his name wrong. It wasn't very important, honestly. Some gold, a lightning shield potion, I'll take that.
Come to me through fire and war. I welcome you.
This is not very welcoming, mate. Sorry. Seriously though, Dagoth Ur has a lovely voice. I really like it. I don't think I'm going to be poisoned, because I'm a red guard. Also, all the way around, as you can see. However, on this side, there are more kegs of loot. Even though I'm canceling the apocalypse, that doesn't mean I should loot, right? Right? Get up. An ash pool! Hey, anteater face! Anteater face is dead.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Is he talking to my ring or me is one of those questions that I've never figured out the answer to. What's up? Inner tower. Interesting. An ash zombie. Not very interesting. Here is a demon longbow, a very valuable item, as you can see. I'm not taking it. A Telvanni dust adept helm, light armor, okay. And a master's probe, which I'm taking because, you know, lockpicking items. You know the drill.
Come, bring Wraithguard to the Heart Chamber. Together let us free the cursed false gods.
He's still trying to convert me, even here. God admire his spunk, if nothing else. Also, I'm not sure off the optimal route to Dagoth Ur we could be ignoring a lot of these side rooms, but come on, you think I'm going to pass up this many 6,000 amulets? They're 2,000 gold for a pound, guys. Restore speed, I will take that quite happily, thank you. A goblet and a tube over here along with a bucket. Oh, I can rest in here! Rest until healed, please. I want my magicka. There's nothing in this pipe. Don't get any clever ideas. Shut up, shut up. I was trying to show what it fell in. Shut up. Not I like professional. Don't do this! Immediately does it! And here is a dead hero, which will generally have better drops than a dead adventurer. He has another Bloodfeet shield. A potion in this case, it's gold. The Demon Mace is also a very nice item. It's an ebony mace at base. And, you know, can also summon itself into being a Daedric mace. This does not really matter because the user is very dead, and I don't have any intention of using it. Brendan's Armor's Hammer here. I'm taking that. Ground's Armor's Hammers are pretty good. Various ornate Dwemer items, as well as an Imperial Dragon Scale helm there. These are obviously random loot, so you will not get the same things I do unless you are very, very lucky. Various Dwemer items here, but there's a Master's Alembic and Apprentice's Retort, so if you need a Master's Alembic, or an Apprentice's Retort somehow, go.
Welcome, Nerevar. Together we shall speak for the law and the land, and shall drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire from Morrowind.
How about no? Let's go to the tower first. I believe that is a side area in the lower facilities where we want to go for progress. I don't want progress. I want shiny shit and show off every corner of this place I can. And in here is another one of those special temple items. One that's actually an excellent weapon, the Croiser of St. Lothus. Pretty decent staff for attacking to straight up, and the enchantments are very good as well. This guy has most of a set of glass armor, which is quite valuable and good. Now this guy's just dead. Also, there's a Daedric club in here. These are kind of hard to find if you're not getting them off random Daedra, so... yeah. There's also 100 gold. I'm going to rest until healed again. Just for the autosave, mostly. But also because I'm a cheap little shit at times. By at times, I mean most of the time. Let's fix up my equipment. I believe there's something past here that I don't want to come in here with badly repaired equipment for. Hello! I thought there was something past here. Nope, it's national. Go away, you ugly anteater-faced whatever the hell you are. You're going to find lots of 6,000 amulets, by the way. Look at how many I've already collected. Yeah, 6 of them. Ironic! But we'll be finding more, don't worry. What are you doing here? I don't want to find Bone Lords in the 6,000 places. Are you a special Bone Lord? Also! Last Ash Vampire!
Is this how you honor the 6th house and the tribe unmourned? Come to me openly, and not by stealth.
Yeah, pretty much. The Blood Ring is a very nice anti-fire ring. It's the last of the specialized artifacts. I'll take these coins, thank you. Even on the threshold of apocalypse, I will dally with shiny shit. I wonder if the original Nerevar did that too. Also a dead hero. They always have an Ash statue, by the way. But this guy actually got really lucky and has a Daedric short sword. That's a very valuable and useful and powerful item, frankly. I wonder if he has a unique name. Thief Dead. Nope. Just a diamond of interest there. Here's the right glove of the Horny Fist. I could not give less of a shit. I'll take the gems, though. Gems are nice. Let's save. This is the final dungeon, so I'm going to save even in between parts. Now my caps lock is not on. Facility. And there is Dagoth Ur himself. This is what I remembered.
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made.
Hello! Also, he's built like a damn JoJo character. Seriously, look at those muscles. He's got muscles on his damn muscles. I'm not going to read these out, but I will wait a while whenever I click on something. Because these are all really interesting. We were once friends, Dagoth Ur. Vor and Dagoth. Questions. Now, all of these have different responses. I'm not showing them all off. You are one to teach the gods their limits. Yes, and you're claiming yourself as a god, aren't you, Dagoth? I have my own plan, Dagoth. None of these. I do like his third response here, though. Surprises? Obscuring my plans. Or maybe I just lied out of my... Or maybe I just lied out of my ass. I like that one. And honestly, I might have if he had given the right guarantees. Now you can ask him many, many, many questions. Yep. I'm just going to remain silent here. So said all conquerors. I do like this. He's like, I have no idea. But I'm finished talking. You want to reread that? Just go back through the video, ladies and gentlemen. And now for the first fight against Dagoth Ur. I haven't buffed up at all. There's nothing left to say. By the way, he's a fucking liar. And his spells will hit you like a truck. See how much of my health was lost in that short of an amount of time? Don't miss this item. Well, that wasn't too bad, right? No. Look at what he did to my stats. Nearly all of them are damaged. It's gonna take a while, but I don't want to use my potions until I actually get into the fight. Just strength and willpower left. I'm not talking much. What's there left to say at this point? We have a duty, ladies and gentlemen. Rest until healed. For a final repair. Akulon's chamber. So, let us get to the heart of the matter. First up, I'm going to re-gear. I'm keeping Morro's ring on, but the Mother's ring is no longer my top priority. No. That is going. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to join House Telvanni. The Ring of Equity. This is going to be what allows me to get to the heart. I don't have the strength unless I'm massively stripped down my reserves to go in there and keep moving while Wraithguard is equipped. But I do have the power and reserves to keep going for 30 seconds while locked down. So, the Ring of Equity will hopefully shield me for long enough to get to the heart.
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
What you want to do is knock him off into the lava. Do it as quickly as you can. You're not Dagoth Ur himself. I don't give a fuck about you. There's Dagoth Ur himself. I give a fuck about you. I give a fuck about you. I give many fucks. Now, exclusive restore health. Where is it? Where is it? That's magicka, not health. Chug, 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 chug. Ring of equity, motherfucker. Run away! Run away! Run away! Run away! There's loot here. I'm not going to show it off. Keep running. Here it is. The Heart of Lorkhan. He will always appear right behind you when you get to here.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop!
Don't bother now. Run like hell. Run, 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 run. Don't recall our intervention out. Just run like hell itself is chasing you. Because for your intents and purposes, it may as well be. You can and will die if you take too long in here. Especially on that bridge, which falls down very, very, very fast. If you have low speed, I strongly suggest one of the high-quality levitation spells or a lot of fortified speed potions. Turn this crank to open this door. Whew! We're out. Hello.
You no longer bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The doomed Duima's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the tribunal's seduction, the god's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled. All fate sealed and sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the lost, but let the weeping cease. The blight is gone, and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Savior, Hortator, and Nerevarine. Your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.
Now, something you want to do before taking up this ring of Azura. Take off all your buffing items. So when you pick it up, you'll get all of your statistics restored by 100 points to deal with Dagoth spells. The Hand of Dagoth. Yeah, I know, right? It's weird. Don't ask. I don't even understand, frankly. But this is what will replace Illarok. Higher points of Night Eye, and 3 points of constant restoration of fatigue. This and Mirara's ring are my in-game ring loadout for now. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot outdo this. The blood of a god is on our hands. We have broken the 6th house. So after all that, let's go. There's so much more to do. There's the Mages Guild questline. There's finishing off the Fighters Guild. There's the temple, perhaps, if I choose to do that, or even the Imperial Cult. There's many more Daedric artifacts out there. Many more quests. Many, many more things to do. Now this topic will raise their everyone's disposition by 10 until it hits 60. Forever.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
You shouldn't be here.
They can say Nerevarine. They will love you. Even the guards. You're Greed the Incarnate in Nerevarine of Prophecy. It takes some getting used to. Yeah, a legendary hero has been proven true to walk among you. This takes some getting used to.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
You know, I can't imagine why that would be hard to adjust to. This will take some getting used to. What do you say about Nerevarine? This the usual devil thing? Okay. Get me back to Balmora, please. Because you have any different words about the You don't even talk about the Nerevarine, so I can't talk to you into loving me forever.
I hope this won't take long. This better be good.
Even those who hate me now are going, holy shit, you're the Nerevarine. And look at my reputation. It's 50 fucking 6.
I don't waste my time on the likes of you.
Okay, you don't want to waste your time on the likes of the legendary hero who just killed the devil.
Tidings and good wishes to you.
Warmly, friend.
And here's where it all began. My giant stockpile of loot. By the way, here are all the things I cleaned out of my inventory. Most of them are my damaging rings, but some are things I'm never going to keep around, like the Glove of Sanguine Safekeeping. And honestly, I just forgotten to dump on the ground. Especially that Seogras Signet Ring. Ugh. But now, to join them, Wraithguard, the Crozier of St. Lothus, Illarok, Keening, and Sunder. So, that is the end of the base game of Morrowind. Next time, I think I'll have to dig through my journal to find out what I was doing for the Fighters Guild. Because let's be frank, I don't remember it at all. It's been a while. Also, we need to go check up on our stronghold. But there's going to be very little that's ever going to compare to this, ladies and gentlemen. Dagoth Ur is dead. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, put them in the comment section below, or on the threads on space ballast and sufficient velocity that will be linked in the description. And for now, goodbye! We've killed a god!